trip!
Since it's both of our birthdays this weekend, perfect way I think for us to celebrate is a little road trip to a self-contained cabin in an olive grove, which is creatively named Shacky.
How did they come up with the name?
No idea. But I've got my own little nickname for Shacky.
Yeah.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
I reckon we should call it the Love Shacky.
Why? What's gonna happen? Maybe there'll just be a lot of love.
It's ironic because we're going to fight and hate each other.
Oh, yeah.
We're not in love, Shacky.
That whole role playing.
Yeah. So we're heading down to, Love Shacky.
I've got a good nickname for Shacky.
Yeah.
We could call it Shack. It's just sort of like shorter.
800 meters, turn right onto Depot
Excuse
Road.
me, Maps. We were talking.
We're close.
Do not rudely interrupt. Oh, I've got to get in that lane.
Well, thank you. Even though my partner's a little angry, she's probably a little hungry, we appreciate the help you're giving us and the directions. You're doing a good job. Keep it up.
Turn right onto Depot Road, signs for Old Longwood, Ruffy.
On the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again.
We need to crank the tunes.
Okay, I'm getting a little more nervous about when you were saying you're taking me out to the woods to be murdered.
Yeah. You didn't believe me.
Not really.
Well, maybe you should start listening to me when I talk.
What's that?
Exactly.
What did you say?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no, sorry, I missed what you said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll just... Yeah, exactly.
Your destination is on the left.
Is it on the left?
Oh, here! We know.
I don't see anything on the left.
What's that?
Oh. Shacky really had everything we needed. It was a really cool, self-contained little
Getaway.
house, little tiny house. Yeah, getaway. Little self-contained little tiny house in the size of what equivalent size would we say that was? The size of my lounge room is bigger than Shacky, and it was a kitchen, a bathroom, lounge room. I'm gonna say it did have a massive outdoor entertaining area, which is obviously separate, which is the highlight. But I reckon you could fit 3 Shackies in my lounge room. What don't you like about camping?
I think the only thing I necessarily don't like is... No, nothing really. I was going to say, like, when you just stink of smoke when you get back and you've got to, like, wash absolutely everything. You can't get that smoke out of your skin. But other than that, I actually really, I really enjoy it.
I thought you were going to say, like, having to dig a hole and poo outside.
No, pooing on the ground is how we were meant to poo.
Oh.
What do you think, they had a porcelain throne, back in the day? We would have just had to poo on the ground.
Well, I was about to sell the benefit of Shacky in the fact that it had its literally own luxurious shower, toilet. But that was a disadvantage to you.
No.
I should have just given you a shovel.
No, it wasn't a disadvantage.
I should have brought a shovel. He's pooing outside
I'm
freely
not gonna
in nature,
dig it.
I'll use the luxury toilet that's attached.
I'm not going to dig I just want to poo on the floor.
In here or?
No. But that's how we're naturally meant to go. But it was cool. The toilet was outside, no walls or doors. It was just on the back side of the Shacky.
It's on the backside for your backside.
Yeah, you see what I did there? It was on the backside of the shack, so it was away from the fire and the food and that. And there was a strategically placed olive tree to stop you from... privacy tree.
Yeah. The toilet was really cool. It was one of those eco-pit toilets.
That's right.
Where I had to really read a whole set of instructions to work out what I was supposed to do for flushing
But that was
purposes.
good, because normally you sit on the toilet on your phone. At least you had something to read.
Something to read, yeah. So, this is what you have to do. For wheeze, nothing.
Well, you got a wee.
Well, except wee. Poos, You got to scoop some wood chips or whatever
Sawdust.
and then you got a squirty bottle. You got to squirt it approximately 10 times to saturate it. Now
to break it down, to get it to break.
yeah, like full of enzymes and it breaks
This
it
is
down.
after you poo, not before you poo.
Yeah, that's a good point to raise. You would picture something like that being offensive smelling. Not at all. It's like there's sawdust, I think, stops the smell.
It's a miracle. I mean, my poos don't smell it anyway, so kind of didn't really matter for me.
Wait a second.
I don't know why she's laughing.
Sorry, I just had to get that out of my system.
Like a poo.
Like the poo you got out of your system.
The best thing for me about going to Shacky was making the fire. I wish I had space at my house for a fire pit so that I could just build some epic fires. I really got into the groove of building that fire.
Where did your love of fire come from? Like,
well,
you have a love of fire.
Well, my dad does say that as kids we were pyros, but we weren't pyros, not like we wanted to burn everything down. Dad used to let us build fires down in the back garden. He had little brick things so we could build fires there. One day it was too windy, so we thought it would be a good idea to bring the fire up next to the up to the side of the house where there was no wind. After that day, Dad didn't let us build any more fire. Just imagine back in the day when they first discovered fire, they would have been just so blown away. It would have been like, what? What is this thing? We don't have to eat cold food anymore.
Yeah.
No wonder we were getting sick from eating those chickens.
How different does it make food taste when you cook it? Like apples and oranges, people.
That's the other thing at Shacky. You get to cook your own. You get to cook your own food. You can bring your own food along with you, or they can supply you with some local produce as well. We opted to get the local produce, cook ourselves up some sausages. There was a potbelly stove fire.
Yeah, potbelly stove. My highlight was the potatoes.
You're lying, right? Okay.
We had some potatoes wrapped in foil, and the lady had guided us that you pop them in early in your potbelly fire, right in the middle of the belly, because they take a little while to cook. So you have them in there while you're cooking your snags and stuff. My mouth was watering over these potatoes.
She's getting excited, but there's one thing that our host didn't take into consideration, and that is that when Lawson Reeves builds a fire, he builds a fire. It was probably too hot. Right in the nucleus of the fire, it was roasting hot. So when I took out the potatoes,
opened up the foil.
yeah,
I've never seen a potato disintegrate into thin air before.
even when I'm not trying to do magic, I do magic. The potato just disappeared.
So when it gets dark, I feel like my senses become super aware. Like
a cat?
What's that? I'm all onto stuff. I thought it'd be really funny to start like telling, not spooky stories, but giving like a spooky kind of vibe in the sense that every time you watch a movie where it's a horror and someone's at a cabin in the woods and they get murdered, it always starts with them having fun and happy, and because you've got to love these characters before they get murdered by the end of the movie. So I was sort of creating that vibe for us. We were having so much fun. I'm like, Lawson, this is the point in the movie, if this was a horror movie, that we would probably... I don't like that.
Scaredy cat.
Yeah, scaredy cat. I was already on edge because I was just remembering how scary it was. We thought we'd give you the inside tour of Shacky, but do you want to tell them why we're actually inside right now?
There was a rabid, vicious, ferocious animal out there.
Yeah. All night I've been making jokes about how I've been bringing Lawson to Shacky to get murdered, because that's what happens in all horror movies. And the more fun we have, I'm like, well, in all horror movies, they only start killing you off once they've shown how fun and lovable the characters are.
Yeah.
So that you're attached to them, so when they die, what?
I'm just checking.
Oh, God. Anyway, I've been making all these jokes that we're going to get murdered, and I think it's backfired because we were outside by the fire, and...
Sounded...
But the distant... Like, in the distance...
Got closer. First it was in the distance, then it got closer.
And we're like, what is that sound? And then, yeah, all of a sudden it sounded like it was right behind us. It was, would you say, like high-pitched and quick? Like it wasn't a long
It
sound.
almost sounded like a bird, but not. I don't know.
No, don't say bird. That's not scary.
Well-
It sounded like a kid screaming.
Sounded like someone sharpening a knife.
Whoa, I didn't hear it like that. Don't look outside, he's scaring me. I thought it sounded like
What is that?
a kid.
What's that noise?
Don't. Now you're just joking.
What is that noise?
I don't know, I can't hear anything.
That.
That's a bug on the window.
Oh, freaky.
It was like,
Ah!
oh God! Don't do that. My nerves are already on edge.
Mine too.
Oh.
Oh.
We didn't even get to the part where we tell scary campfire stories yet.
We haven't done none of that. Our fire is raging outside too.
Yeah, I'll show it to you because the only thing we can enjoy of this outside fire is from outside this little window. I'll show you. I don't even think you can see it. Let's go to this window. There's our fire that we can't even enjoy. God damn it. So now we've got inside fire. Okay, let's reenact it.
To be honest, I don't
I'll
have much of
read
a
it.
memory of
It
this
was like
because
this. Like a split second of no talking. We
Did
looked
it
at each
happen
other.
again?
We looked at each other in the eyes. Happened again, and then it's.
it wasn't as gentle as that. I do recall, but by this point we'd had a couple of wines, so my memory is a little foggy at this. But I do remember bolting into the room just to make sure everything in there was safe too. Then we
He
came
was
out.
checking on me.
Nah,
He
but
wasn't scared. He's like, oh, I better go.
In all
and check
honesty,
on
I went out and checked it, didn't I?
the next morning.
No, I didn't. I was like, no, I just pumped myself up and I went out. Ah! Ah! Ah!
And then the animal got scared and ran off. He didn't know what
It's
was
probably
coming.
just a sheep.
A sheep?
Or
He
an
was
alpaca.
not a sheep. It was scary.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Ugh.
Sorry, am I keeping you?
A little.